Hey, what's happening, everybody? Steve here from Galey's Marine, and we've been on a bit of a hiatus from doing these videos, but we're back in action. So thanks for subscribing if you have. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the 2023 Moomba Max. The Max is a 22-foot 6-inch long boat. It weighs 4,500 pounds and comes standard with 4,000 pounds of factory ballast. The ballast is mostly tucked underneath the floor, which is great because you're not fighting with bags or anything like that. And as we get to the inside of the boat, we'll go through all the ballast setup and the dash screen and everything else. So, but like I said, 22.5 feet, sitting on a Boatmate trailer. We've upgraded to the 18-inch wheels on this particular package, and actually have decked this boat out with quite a few options. We have the white A3 tower from Roswell with the swivel board racks and a nice wet sound stereo setup in it. So I'm going to step back out of the way and let you get a good look at the boat, and then we'll jump up inside and go through some of the details. Thanks for tuning in. So before we jump into the back of the boat, I want to point out a couple things going on. Number one, our sign about taking your shoes off. We got a lot of new boaters out there after the last couple years, and we've heard that some people don't understand boating etiquette when going on somebody else's boat. So these are very nice boats. Great idea to take your shoes off before getting in. What I really want to talk about is the plates on the underneath side here. You can see we have our surf plate on the outside. This is the Flow 3 surf plate. The Flow 2 surf plate is one solid plate with just the one vertical actuator here to drop the plate down and help us achieve our desired roll in the boat. This second actuator, which is offered on the Flow 3 system, this actuator folds this corner plate in, and what that's going to do is it's going to create what we call yaw, which is a slight twist in the boat, and that's going to help clean up the lip of the surf wave. A lot of surf waves out there are big and they have push to them, but they don't fully shape up. And if we can really direct all the water into the face of the wave and get it to break and barrel over, we're going to have a little bit more push there. So that's what the yaw plate is designed for. You can see we also have this large smart plate here in the middle. The smart plate is designed for shaping the wake as well as taking off. When we take off, that plate goes down, and it's going to help lift the boat up onto plane. Once we're up on plane, it will automatically move to whatever our set position was or where we left it last. And that's just going to allow us to add more peak to the lip of the wake or ramp it out a little more for our beginning riders. Before we climb in, I just want to show you the rear end of the boat here. We do have a nice seat here across the back. It's a great spot to strap the wakeboard boots on or just hang out if you're out floating around on the lake. We do have some cup holders on the corners, pop-up pylon right here for hooking up the tube rope if you're slinging tube around. Nice solid walk over here, and this has the gator step non-skid on top of it. Just allows us to kind of funnel people through the middle of the boat and put them on a solid step rather than stepping on the upholstery. We also have a step on the bench seat. As you step down into the boat, there is a nice solid place for people to step there. Also has the gator step non-skid on it. So we do some non-skid strips on the outside. This has the wood grain look to it, which is very cool. Adds a little bit of character of the boat and makes it pop a little bit. You might be able to see on the outside corner here, we have a stainless steel fitting that is for the stern sunshade. So we have an option to have an addition to the bimini top. So it actually stretches from the back of the tower, comes back this way. That's more of a hangout shade than anything else. You wouldn't want to use that with the boat being underway. But if you're out floating around, gives you some nice shade across the back end of the boat, makes it a little more comfortable for everybody. So from here, we're going to climb in and we'll take a detailed look at the inside and get into some of the dash. We made it up into the boat and we're moving through. Just wanted to take a minute to give you a better look of that step that's on the center seat here. So as we come from the walkover on top of the engine compartment here, a nice big step there. You can see it goes the full length of the seat. So you're not, halfway on the cushion, halfway on the step. It's a nice big landing zone, and then a nice easy step down to the floor of the boat. And hopefully you can get a little better shot of the wood grain gator step. Looks really good on these boats, and I'm a fan of the way it turned out. As we're on the back end of the boat, I do want to show you how big and deep these storage compartments are. So we have a big storage compartment in each side locker. There is an option to get bins in those lockers. So if you want a storage bin so that you're not diving to get stuff, there is an option for that. I kind of like just a massive amount of storage back there, especially if you travel with the boat a lot. There's plenty of room down there to stack wakeboards and surfboards and tubes and all sorts of stuff. So plenty of room down there. And then right over the engine compartment, I'll get out of the way and let you check it out here. Right over the engine compartment, we have a nice deep area there for throwing your wakeboard ropes, your surf ropes, maybe a dock bumper that goes on the back end of the boat, but nice deep storage compartments. As we move in through storage, you can see nice big compartments here with a fully finished floor underneath, so you don't have carpet that's going to mold or mildew. Plenty of length there, so if you want to throw a water ski or something down in there, you can pile plenty of life jackets in there. But a fully finished storage compartment where things aren't sliding around and getting moldy and gross. So I'm a huge fan of the stab-in seats, so these seats that aren't really connected to anything. I really like to make sure when I'm cleaning the boat that I'm getting around all those areas. And a lot of times with the hinge seat that you're flipping up, that makes an area behind the seat that is very difficult to get to. So I'm a big fan of this. When I clean the boat, I get all the upholstery out, clean the boat, clean the upholstery separately, and then put all that stuff back in. So we got our rear sliding bench seat here. Just has a track system on either side of the boat to offer a little more rear-facing seating. Moomba does offer a backrest kit that can pop up and run across the back here and give those passengers a little more comfortable seating. And that backrest stores underneath the seat, so when you're not using it, it tucks out of the way nicely. You see we have a nice captain's chair here with a good cutout. Makes it very easy to kind of sit side saddle on it and just watch your rider a little bit easier than facing straight and having to turn around or watch your mirror. So a lot of the customers like to rotate the seat. Very comfortable, especially with the nice tall back. Gives a little bit of an armrest if you are twisted up like this as well. We got the bolster flip up, so if you want to sit up nice and tall, you can elevate your seat height there. And then we also have adjustable seat post so that you can adjust the height up even more if you'd like. Or if you want to sit down nice and low and be protected by the windshield, drop that seat all the way down to the lowest setting. On the passenger side here, the passenger observer seat backrest just opens up, and then the seat bottom can come out. You can see we got a nice big deep storage compartment there that runs all the way up into the front of the boat. We have batteries stored down here. Our battery switch is here on the inside with the access panel on the outside, so you're not digging under the seat to turn the batteries on or off. We also have onboard charger there, and then our wet sounds amplifiers tucked under there as well. Our glove box is nice and deep, but kind of a simple design, very flat across the top, so you have a lot of visibility for the driver through the windshield. And then just a little bit of a lid there with a tray in the back for the smaller things, and a nice big door here. This runs all the way over the side of the boat, so plenty of room to tuck in, you know, a snack bag or the kids' gear bag or something like that. If somebody's got dry clothes they're trying to keep on the boat, ton of room down in there for that sort of thing. I have not pointed out this upholstery yet. This upholstery is new for the Moomba line. It is thermoskins in the pecan color. The thermoskins is a heat-treated upholstery, so it's not going to get as hot as a normal marine upholstery would. From here, we're going to take a look at the bow real quick, and then we'll dig into the dash. So I mentioned earlier how deep the Max is, and you can see from the shot up here at the front of the boat, I got a nice big backrest behind me, plenty of depth in the front. A lot of kids like to hang up in the front of the boat, and in the past we've seen parents a little bit concerned that, you know, they're not down in the boat enough. So you can see the Max is very deep, it's very wide, there's a ton of room up here. Nice big grab handles. These are a different handle for the 2023 model year. Instead of just a stainless grab handle, we've gone to a stainless grab handle with kind of a rubberized molding around the outside of it. So looks good, feels great. We got a ton of storage up here. If we flip up this compartment here, We have a nice deep storage compartment. It is all lined on the floor with that same rubberized non-skid that we have in the rear storage compartments, so you don't have to worry about wet things staying wet up in the front here. This storage wraps all the way around the front of the boat and then back down through the observer seat storage compartment. So plenty of room for storage in the Max. On the passenger side, if you get the Wet Sound subwoofer, that's where they're going to put your subwoofer in the box, and that is all wrapped with the same wood grain gator step. So matches the boat real well, and stereo sounds great. You can't argue with Wet Sounds. So from here, we just got to run through the dash a little bit, and we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so we're up at the dash, and really like the changes for the 2023 Moomba line on the dash. The dash is the same in all the models. You can see we have a nice brow here to give us a pocket. That's a great spot for throwing wallets, keys, sunglasses. A lot of people like to throw their phone up there, but we have a nice little charge mat right here. So you can slide your phone in there. That will keep you charged while you're running throughout the day. We also have another charging station over here where you just drop your phone in there. I really like the levers that Moomba uses underneath the steering wheel. On this side, we have the lever to control our smart plate, which is going to help our pitch of the boat and shaping the wake and wave. And then on the right side, we have our cruise control adjustment. So instead of reaching up to the dash to adjust your speed or trying to do it by hand on the throttle, just an easy bump up or down here to adjust the speed by 1/10 of a mile an hour. Our stereo is on the left-hand side. This is a new head unit from Fusion, and has a really cool app to Bluetooth your phone to it. On the right side, same 7-inch dash screen we've had in the past, but with the new dash, all the switches got moved over here, aside from our surf selection, left or right. Everything else is over on this side. So navigation lights are courtesy lights. If you notice the blue LEDs throughout the boat, that's a standard feature from Moomba, and then we do have the ability to upgrade to RGBs. We also have docking lights, underwater lights, our horn button, ignition switch. These three down here are for ballast, so left, front, and right side. We got bilge, heater if you option the boat with the heater, and then your blower switch here for running before you start up. The dash system is very, very simple to learn how to operate. We really only have a couple of views and pages here. So this is our home screen. We have our fuel level here on the left side, our wake plate position on the right side. These little boxes here indicate how much ballast is in those particular sections. We can activate the ballast either from the switches down here or go straight to that box and say, hey, I want to fill that one to 10%, or let's fill all the ballast. So a couple different ways to operate things on the screen. Some people like the techie side of it and like to work through the screen. Are old school, long time boaters. A lot of them prefer a switch. So can operate the boat either way. We do have some additional information here as far as like water depth, water temperature, battery voltage, engine temp, oil pressure, and boat hours. This is the same information here, so you have two boxes where you can kind of save whatever information you want to see regularly. Down here we have our water depth, our speed control, which we can adjust there, and we can turn it on or off from here as well. And some presets built in: 0 amplitude, 50% amplitude, 100% amplitude, or go home mode with auto leveling. The auto leveling is basically just going to use the surf plate to level out the boat. So if you have a bunch of people on the passenger side and you're running back to the dock and leaning sideways, that auto leveling will level the boat back out. You do have to have the auto wake feature turned on for that to work, but it works really well. It's nice and easy. Same with these presets for ballast. If you have a rider that wants half ballast, you can turn the boat to the 50% amplitude, activate that, activate your auto wake. It's going to level the boat for you, and it's going to maintain that ballast for you as well. So really cool feature there. The next page over we can get to just by swiping across, or we can even touch the little icons in the very top of the screen here if you don't like the swipe feature. This is our second page here, which is showing our pitch and roll. It's also showing our displacement through the middle here, our plate settings, speed and RPM. So those are nice features. We also have some settings here where we can increase the peak of our wake by hitting the plus or decrease it with the minus. Same with our roll left and right. If we want to roll more to the left, we can hit the minus, which is going to roll us to the left, or plus, which will roll us to the right. This is the intermediate view on this particular page. If that's too much to handle, we do have more of a beginner view, which is right there. And that's basically just showing you how much ballast do you have in, how much people and gear are in the boat, and is our auto wake on or off. So really simple to use that. And then for advanced users, this advanced screen just shows you a little more detail of where you can put weight in the boat to accomplish your pitch and roll settings that are desired. So real easy system. Auto wake has been a great tool to teach people how to set up a boat that haven't done it before. We try and get on the boat with our customers at least 2 times to show them through the boat and how to work it. But a lot of times people are getting warmed up to boating and don't remember a lot of those details. So the auto wake really kind of shows them what's happening to set up the boat and achieve the desired wake or wave that they're going for. So really like the auto wake system. I don't know if it's really needed as much these days as it used to be needed, because these days we just kind of fill up all the ballast, turn on the surf and go. But if you really want to fine tune your wake and wave, or don't really know how to set up the boat, you don't know what a good wake or wave looks like, auto wake comes in very handy for that. So that kind of wraps up the dash system here. Great looking boat from Moomba. Really like the color scheme on this particular one. And if you have any questions or concerns, that's what we're here for. So if we can help you out, give us a call, shoot us an email. The goal is to, make your boating experience fun and easy. And I know that a lot of people out there struggle to learn some of this stuff. So however we can help, we're happy to do it. If you're in the market for a boat and have some questions, feel free to reach out to us. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.